everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. My name is Geoff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Penton, Gavin Free, Nick
I'm a new
Schwartz,
man.
Eric Bador. This is episode 22.
Sup?
You say it like, oh, I got to go cut the grass, then go to fucking Costco. Got to go gotta get my oil changed.
No. Geoff, I'm a new man. I had a big life event since we last talked.
Okay.
I've been hearing about it for a long time. I finally took that Pepsi challenge. I'm a Pepsi guy. Big life event.
Hey!
Big
Are you
life
serious?
event. No, I'm just kidding. I was making a joke because that'd be such an insignificant life event. Pepsi's fine. I think Pepsi's better than a 2-liter.
That's a big deal, dude.
Yeah,
great.
if I look down the roster, I probably am more of a Pepsi guy than a Coke guy. But head to head, I probably would lean Coke.
I'm right there with
Wait.
you.
What you just said there made absolutely no sense.
Well, no, what do you mean? Repeat it. Repeat it back to me, and then I'll explain. Pretend that you're me. You say what I said. I'll
You said
evaluate.
something like down the line, I prefer this thing, but head to head, I prefer the other thing.
Yeah. So Pepsi and Coke are both brands, Gavin. They make a variety of beverages. I'm saying if I look down their roster, like Marvel versus DC, probably lean more Pepsi. But head to head as beverages, I would be more of a Coke fan.
So you're saying you're more of a PepsiCo fan, but head to head, you prefer Coke over Pepsi.
Yes, I would. Mountain Dew way better than Mellow Yellow. Crush is better than Fanta. I've never had Starry. Barks is better.
Starry's so good, dude.
But what happens when you throw in
Sorry, that's
Keurig
my
Dr.
jam.
Pepper to the mix, Andrew?
Oh, well, let's see I view Dr. Pepper as like it is the third-party candidate of the soda world.
The Jill Stein of soda.
Yes, it is. Keurig RC Cola. Fuck. What? Well, wait. Crush is Pepsi, isn't it? According to the other thing, does Pepsi own part of this? Because on the other graphic, Pepsi has Crush.
I think they bounced around, like different brands have bounced around from time to time. Maybe.
Because I don't know, Barks is the best root beer.
Kind of like how Chuck E. Cheese owned Showbiz for a while, and now then Showbiz owned Chuck E. Cheese eventually.
Yeah.
I don't like it when the main one doesn't have its own thing, though. Like, you know how Mars owns all the chocolate?
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
Galaxy and all that stuff. But they also have a Mars bar, like the flagship thing. But there's no PepsiCo juice.
It's Pepsi. What do you mean?
Pepsi. The fuck are you talking about?
Are you upset that it's not called PepsiCo?
Yeah, exactly.
But that is, now I will say that's what Eric the actor called it. when he made his demand for all those 2 liters of PepsiCo in New Mexico, but as long as there were no werewolves.
Hey, shout out to werewolf fearing Eric the actor. May he rest in peace.
Looking at this graphic, as if you want to attack me, Gavin, as a ridiculous point, I think Dr. Pepper should be at the top. That's what bothers me about this graphic. Because it's
why wouldn't Dr. Pepper be at the top?
Because it's cola across the top, and it's not a cola, but I feel like it's like, hey, this is this brand's heavy hitter. Keurig Dr. Pepper's heavy hitter should not be at the bottom of this graphic.
I saw a TikTok the other day. I don't know if I sent it to you guys. That said, it was like one of those realization TikToks. And the guy said, I just realized that Dr. Pepper is just barbecue Sprite. And I have been laughing about that in the back of my head for like a fucking week.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Barbecue Sprite?
It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Seems accurate.
I can't explain, I don't know that I can verbalize why that's right.
But it makes sense, right?
But
it's right.
But you said it, and I went, that's exactly what it is, though. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's so weird because it hit so hard when he said it.
You a baked beans guy, Gavin?
Love them. Well, Heinz baked beans, absolutely. Like breakfast beans.
Actually, I bought you a can of baked beans to expand the palate a little bit just the other day. I have to
You
send
bought me beans?
Yeah, I was buying other stuff, and I was on a site, and I was looking at what else they had. And they had cans of Dr. Pepper infused baked beans.
Oh,
Got
no.
us some of those, man. Gonna be a great time.
I'll try them. I'm not,
Yeah.
as you know, I'm not a soda guy, but I don't mind Dr. Pepper.
I can weigh in on the Dr. Pepper baked beans.
You've had
because Emily insisted we buy them about 3 weeks ago when she saw them at the store because we're big baked beans people over here.
Uh-huh.
And extreme. I don't want to color Gavin's opinion. This is coming from a Dr. Pepper fan and a huge baked bean fan.
Shall I deafen while you give the review?
Yeah, earmuffs. Okay.
All right. Tell me when to come back.
Just count to
No,
15.
no,
in your
I'll
head.
let
We'll
you
be
know.
done.
Just watch the chat. I'll let you know when to
okay.
come back.
All right. Is he gone?
Can you believe
Yeah,
this
he's gone,
fucking
he's
guy
gone.
got? What an idiot! He got married. What a moron! He made us
Oh,
fly
so
all the way
stupid.
over there. What a goddamn Jesus
Can't hear
Christ!
shit.
Dude, these Dr. Pepper baked
What if he
beans
never
are some of the worst
tells me to
and
come
most
back?
disappointing collaborations I've ever experienced. Utter dog shit.
That is what I expected. I felt like you were about to say extremely, and I was like, that's gonna go one way or the other. It's gonna be great or awful.
Yeah.
Type it.
Okay.
All right, here he comes.
Oh, he's
back.
back. Oh, come back.
What a review, Geoff, on the baked beans.
And that's how I honestly feel.
Oh, I
Wow.
appreciate that. I appreciate you being honest about the baked beans.
I wonder what was said.
The audience knows and you don't. What a mystery.
I better eat these beans before I proof this episode.
Nah, it's not happening. I don't even have them yet. It's going to take a while.
Oh, shit.
That was a completely pointless exercise considering you proof these.
Well, I can go out and get some, can't I?
I guess, but then what am I going to do with 2 cans of these fucking beans? I don't want 2 cans
I like
of
that you
these.
don't want me to go and buy them because otherwise you'll have 2.
Yeah.
You're also never going to send them to Gavin. He's
That's not
never
true.
going to have these
That's not
beans.
true.
He's
Not
never
true.
going to listen to episode 22 of this podcast.
That's
So this is an episode where I haven't heard the previous one, which I always like to do. But I didn't even know we'd done one.
I don't know what do you mean?
Well, I listened to episode 20 and I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, yeah, that's where we're up to.
No, we did 21.
No,
as well.
21
Yeah.
was hot, dude. We were talking about it before
No
you got
memory of
here.
it.
Episode 21 is the one where we made Andrew explain to us why he thinks we sink. And then we talked about getting hit by a pitch or hit by a linebacker, the terminal velocity of a grape. We talked about the kicker
Pitcher's
picker.
mounds.
Oh, yeah, pitcher's mound. We talked about the open-faced mash hash cashed sandwich. And the thing that I wanted to make sure that it's not something that we need to bring up or whatever, but the thing that I really liked was the crime capsule. So that was all last time. But now this is this time.
It's like someone describing their dream. I don't think these episodes get baked into my brain until I listen to them. Like, just recording them has absolutely no effect on my memory.
You know what will have baked into your memory? Them Dr.
Beans?
Pepper
Beans.
baked beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be there.
So we do have a lot to get to today, and we're only recording one episode. I have a ton of notes. I assume we won't get to most of them. I imagine there is a certain event that may come up we might want to discuss a little bit.
Yeah.
Eric, I had a photo you and I took for a reveal. I can't find it in my phone. I don't know.
Oh,
What
do you want me
happened
to? You want me to drop it in the thing? It
when
was
it's time.
Okay, you let me know when, and I got it at the ready, boss.
Okay.
But you're talking about events, Geoff. The big event, obviously that we got to cover is puzzle. We had representatives at a puzzle tournament.
Yes, we did. I completely forgot about that because the other dumb thing we did.
Yeah.
I was so excited. You recorded a piece of supplemental content for it, right?
I did. Yeah, I saw the post at like 11:30 p.m. on that day, and it was two regulation community members, I guess comment leavers at this point, went to like the world speed competition puzzle. I'm forgetting the proper name of the
It's like
tournament.
the puzzle. It's like the Super Bowl of puzzle.
It's the Super
competitions.
Bowl of yeah, and they
Are
had
we allowed to say
custom-
those two words together? It's the big game of puzzle competitions.
It's the Super Bowl of Beans puzzle equivalent. And they made regulation puzzler shirts, which was very exciting. And in the post, they mentioned that one of them were advancing to the semifinals, which I thought, oh, when are those? I'd love to watch those. And I think it started at like 2 a.m. So it just completely shifted my entire thing of like, okay, I guess I'm going to stay up till 2 a.m. and watch this puzzling event, which was a lot of fun. I've never observed anything like that. I'm completely disconnected from that community. What a community. Very wholesome, very excited about puzzles. It was a lot of fun to watch. It went the way that anything related to our show would go. I don't know. I think it's okay for me to say. I don't think it ruins the supplemental in any way. So how these tournaments work is everybody's going simultaneously. It is a room filled with people. Imagine like 50 people sitting at desks simultaneously doing puzzles. It's probably even more. It's a lot of people. and they go through it. And then as they solve them, they will cut to the person who did it, like the moment they did it. So they have their little moment where they're all happy. Nick just asked no floor puzzlers. No, there were no floor puzzlers. They cut to the people when they finish. They're like, yeah, look at us. And as soon as it started, I saw our regulation puzzler. I was all excited. I was calling him out, and we're going through. And as it's progressing, it's like people are showing their puzzles. They're all good. And then they started giving a lot of coverage to the regulation puzzler because they were right at the end. And it was very exciting. And then they said over the broadcast, we have a special guest. And it cut away from the people making puzzles. And it was the first time they just focused on the commentary team. And they kept the shot there for like 15 seconds as one of the people who solved puzzles was now going to talk about solving the puzzle. And by the time they cut back, within that short 15-second window was when the regulation puzzler completed their puzzle and showed it off. There's no footage of it. They had no moment. They are the only person from that, what I can tell, that completed their puzzle and didn't get a little moment of like, yeah, look at me, I did it.
Oh, no. Are we going to be relying on bootleg, like, crowd footage?
If we want to see the finished puzzle that they made, yes. But the supplemental is me going, no, don't cut away. No. Well, surely they'll cut back to them. And they just we never see it. They're the only one I think that we don't see. But it was a very entertaining tournament. I felt inspired about doing puzzles. It made me feel even worse about my performance in our actual event. Yeah.
What performance?
My attempts. Listen, if you show up at the Olympics, Eric, if you show up at the Olympics and you jump the gun and you dive in the water and get disqualified, that's still a performance.
If we're likening this to, if we're likening your performance to Olympic athletes, you're the Australian break dancer. Like you didn't even give your best effort. You just went, got him. Like, what are you talking about?
No.
You insulted a nation.
No, I didn't insult the nation. First of all, to compare me to the Australian break dancer, they actually like accomplished a lot. They got a lot of attention for their performance. I did not. I am somebody who nobody would have even known was at the event, was my level of how my performance came out. There was a lot of effort put in to what came out. Well, you weren't there.
Most of the effort was cleaning your table off.
I spent over an hour trying to make a puzzle.
That doesn't count. You don't get a gold medal for buying your
I'm not asking for a gold medal. I'm saying I disqualified at the event and barely showed up. Who's saying I want a gold medal?
I just don't know how you can classify that as effort towards the thing.
What? I spent more effort than you did on it.
Ooh.
I didn't take a photo.
Can you explain how?
I spent more time trying to build the puzzle than you did. At least equal.
Guys, I think we might need to have another puzzle off.
We do.
This is getting spicy.
Can we pick a puzzle where the edges aren't all the exact same?
We can. I tell you what, we'll pick an easier puzzle. I just thought the bears looked sweet staring at the sunset, but it was a goddamn difficult puzzle, even for me, a regulation constant puzzler. So I will pick the next 500-piece puzzle. I'll make sure everybody agrees on it first, and then we'll get that going in the background. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna listen. This is gonna be serious. I felt inspired.
Okay, great. while we're talking about how awesome our audience is, I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I don't think I mentioned this in 21, but we recorded it like a year ago, so it's hard to remember. A couple weeks ago, regulation listener, well, I guess comment leaver, reached out to me via the So All Right email to let me know that they work for Alice Cooper, the musician, and that they're going to be in town in Austin for a big Alice Cooper show, and offered regulation tickets if we wanted to go. Nobody else was available, so Emily and Burn Dog and Vanessa and I went.
I was available.
You didn't respond in the fucking text chat. It was in Slack for 24 hours.
It was. It's true. He did, yeah.
What did it say?
It said, would anyone like to go to this show with me? I need to know in the next 24 hours or I'm going to give the tickets away.
Now, Gavin, what did you want it to say?
I just thought for some reason, I thought you said, I'm going to see Alice Cooper.
And so Gavin wants a gold medal for his interaction in this Alice Cooper event. Interesting.
I'm not trying to place on going to Alice Cooper.
Anyway, it was a fucking awesome show. I'm going to do a whole bunch of Alice Cooper content over on Soul Right because I fell in love with 76-year-old Alice Cooper, who looks younger than I do, by the way, and is an inspiration as a creative artist because that guy is just as good at 76 as he was in his 40s when I was growing up. And it was an awesome time, but I really just wanted to say thank you to Riley, who got us the tickets and who we got to hang out with for a little bit after the show. Awesome dude, and really appreciate it. And what a fucking amazing community we have.
Oh, did Alice Cooper get decapitated in your show?
Yes, he did.
Oh, hell yeah. I saw a clip of that. That's awesome.
Does his head come off a lot?
Yeah. His head only came off once, but I got a ton of Alice Cooper fucking images. It was such a cool visually show. I'll just throw these up in the chat so I can remember to put them in the
yeah, I was so happy, Geoff, when you posted the photo. I don't remember if it was in our Slack or a text chain, whatever, but you shared previous that you were at this concert. Reading, as someone who properly read your message, I interpreted it as you may not be going. And so to see you at the show, very exciting.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, because it was like right before we left for England and it was a little inconvenient because of that. But it was such a cool offer and I really wanted to make it happen. And I'm so glad we did because it was like really impressive too, by the way. I mean, just as a stage show, impressive, let alone the fact that the dude's in his mid-70s. And he does like 5 different wardrobe changes. There's a fucking giant Frankenstein's monster that runs around the stage.
That's awesome.
He gets up on a platform.
Yeah, he has like big shit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's got all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I just need that for thumbnail stuff.
Very
so I put all that in there.
Yeah, a bunch of awesome images.
Gonna delete that from my notes and then turn it over to...
Speaking about going to the overseas, you guys went to England for an I really appreciate. I thought it was a great idea. We talked about the crime capsule last episode. Y'all all went overseas to do some crime so they couldn't hold them against you in your home country, I believe, right? That was the whole idea. That's the basis of the trip. International crimes.
Gavin?
Yes?
That would have been it's kind of your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Thought
Crimes overseas.
What are you talking about, crimes?
Why I think the crime capsule. I was clearly making a joke about the fact that you guys were all overseas and that you were actually there for the wedding, but I was setting it up as if it was a different event.
He wants a gold medal for his joke, Gavin.
No, it's just explaining the joke because he was confused by it.
I was so scared of stepping on the punchline to your joke that I was
That was it. I was just how you got married.
How much of that do you think made the episode?
All of it. Every single moment of it. 100% of it.
All right, serve me up with the crime shit again.
Anyway, that's enough about the community. Andrew, you wanted to say something about the crime capsule?
Already said it and nailed it. Gavin isn't talking about his wedding is the issue.
I got married.
Yeah. Congrats.
Oh my god. Oh man. Did I? If any of that's in, that is what a mess.
All of it is.
What a mess.
Do
What a
not
mess.
remove any of it. You got it. Thanks.
The episode was going so well there for a while, I felt.
It was
really
I
humming
agree.
along.
It was humming along. Great. Like the wedding did, I assume. Good old hum to that wedding.
Gavin got married. Our little Gavy Wavy, who I've known since he was just turned 15, after all this time, finally got married. Congratulations, buddy.
That completes our friendship story arc that I was going for when I was 14, I guess.
So what's your next story arc? Is that it? Are we done?
I thought maybe that was the end of the friendship.
No. We've now been each other's best man. I don't think a lot of people could say that.
That's true. It is true. It was such an honor, such a genuine honor to get to be your best man. And I want you to know I put more work into getting that right than just about anything else I've done in my life. I was beyond excited.
You're an amazing best man. I had several
very sweet of you.
conversations afterwards with different family members, and I just listened to my family praise you for multiple minutes.
Your family and I are on very good terms right now. We like each other a lot. We're in a deep relationship right now. They are the fucking best.
Deep like.
Yeah, I like them. I like them intensely. They're fucking awesome. I'm gonna go stay with your grandparents next time I'm in London. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I think he did. He did invite a few people.
That's great.
My family also put in some reviews on some of the various goings on at the wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Love this guy.
It's a picture of Eric dancing. He definitely seemed to be having a great time.
Just like my family were praising you, Geoff. I had several members of my family say, here, come and look at this. And it was just Eric just going ape shit on the dance floor like he does at weddings.
You had a pretty good DJ. He was playing like a lot of 80s hits. I don't know what your must plays were or like what the vibe was that you told him, but man, when he was like deep in the 80s, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing I submitted to him.
You did great. Those were he played some great hits. I will say
album versions of a lot of stuff.
A lot of album. You ever heard the full song of something? Boy, he was doing it. But
is that why in one of the videos you're just dancing around and then randomly for no reason you just start screaming at the top of your lungs? Hey, they never play this version.
Yeah,
they never play the long version.
Yeah, like when you hear Get Lucky by Daft Punk at a wedding or at like something, you assume it's going to be about 90 seconds because it is just, that's what it's made for. It's to be mixed into like the next thing. This guy went 5 minutes, 50 seconds. You want to hear every fucking one of them. And it was the album version. It was, I think Jessica Negri was going around. She messaged me and she's like, I have so many videos of you dancing. And I just said, too. You're welcome. Yeah. I will say, of all the Madonna songs, Papa Don't Preach, crazy pick at a wedding.
What an
absolutely insane choice. What an insane choice.
I did pick originally like a prayer, but I got the feedback that it was overplayed because of the Wolverine movie.
Oh, I could see that. There was a kid who did the whole NSYNC dance who definitely was too young to watch Deadpool, but saw the fuck out of Deadpool. Boy, he saw Deadpool and he knew the dance. It was pretty cool.
Is this the all sharing photos portion of the wedding? Because I have one I want to share as well. Somebody caught this photo of Gavin right as I'm giving my speech. And in the speech, I say, it's at the moment I say, for the next 6.5 minutes, you're going to have to listen to me cry or whatever. And that's Gavin's reaction to realizing my speech was 6 minutes.
Mine was not that long.
What's going on in your head there, Gav?
Oh, man, I'm going to have to read mine slower because... Because that's going to make mine seem real short.
Your speech was perfect, man. I was like afraid you were like, oh God, I'm going to have to listen to this guy drone on for 6 fucking minutes.
No, I was just worried about mine.
It was great. The food was so good. Never been to a wedding where we all sat at one long table. That should be the default for weddings. That was awesome.
Totally agree. Also, everybody had Turkish Delight. It was delicious.
Gavin loves Turkish Delight, dude. That's like his thing. He loves it.
It was like in the ice cream, right?
It was like the ice cream was on top of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Eric. Also, the boys did a little something. I think we can talk about. There was a fun little addition to the wedding. We wanted to make it a little regulation-esque. Andrew and Nick, you're not aware of this, but I thought it might be fun if I brought a friend with me to the wedding as a surprise. Didn't tell Eric or Gavin or anybody ahead of time, and surprised them on the day with a little bit of extra wedding jewelry for us all to wear. You see in the photo there, I might be wearing a certain Vegas Ricky's watch.
I've got his wristlet and his class ring on that Neptune High, baby, all the way, because we're going Snake Eyes style at the Gavin wedding.
And Gavin, we didn't get a photo of it, but what was around your neck as you got married to Meg?
I was wearing the necklace.
Yeah!
Does Meg know you got married with Nicolas Cage around your neck?
Well, she didn't until later that night where I was getting undressed and we'd finished. It was like 1 a.m. I just started unbuttoning and she was like, Jesus, what's that? And I was like, what? I thought I had like food down me or something. And I was like, oh my God, it's the Nick Cage necklace.
And that she was okay with that? Didn't make her mad?
No, I think she was fine with it. Well, it was completely invisible for the...
Yeah.
I think if it had started like creeping into pictures, there would have been some conversation about it.
Yeah,
I was
get that.
nervous. It's one of those things where I thought, I'm going to bring over across the ocean this jewelry we just bought after all of the kerfuffle of getting it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that the guys are going to appreciate this. So I was a little nervous to show it to Eric at first.
Are you
I was like,
kidding
this is okay,
me?
right? Yeah.
Do you understand how fast I took that photo? Also, I call that photo tax write-off.
And then it's like, is Meg going to find it funny that we're bringing movie props to her wedding and making her husband get married in them? It's a little silly.
So cool.
But I'm glad we did it. I'm really glad we did it.
Oh,
It's so funny.
She found it funny. And I think the fact that there was a slight amount of fear in the whole thing made it so much funnier when you presented it like you were opening a box of cocaine. I was
Yes. He did the same thing to me. It was so cool.
It was like looking over both shoulders before popping the top off.
Yep. It was really fun, and it wasn't like a very stuffy wedding or anything. It was like a really nice estate. I think everyone had a really good time. Geoff wore a great hat, and it was just a lot of fun.
I did wear a good hat.
We were trying to have the whole thing outside, but in the morning it was looking like it was going to rain. And I was all for risky and just doing it outside.
Yeah.
But I guess when there's like a string quartet, they don't want to get all their shit wet. So they were like, let's play it safe and do it inside. So that meant that we could do it indoors, and we could do our little joke that we did where as we were doing the signing stuff, because like we're doing real legal marriage stuff in the middle of the wedding, which is I think common for English weddings. But we just had the string quartet start playing The Reigns of Castamere, which is the red wedding music from Game of Thrones. Just like a funny little bit. And then I realized when I was doing all the signing, like it really gets really loud and dramatic. And the doors were closed and it did start to get quite sinister. I was worried that it was like a little bit too extreme. It's like a little bit.
Andrew, it's so weird. A British wedding is so formal. There's someone from like a registrar's office who has to like be present. You do the whole ceremony. You say I do, and then you have to say I am, and I've never heard that before. But the thing that really got me is, I'm going to just send it. This is not the photo of them getting married, but this is sort of what it was.
Okay.
There's like, you have to sit there and watch them sign paperwork, and then they like take a picture of them having signed paperwork at the table, and it is the most like Depression era wedding photo. It's so just like, this is the one that the English grandparents like hang in the living room and be like, oh, sorry to be so sentimental. It's me and mom getting married. And it's them signing paperwork. It's so crazy.
Also, imagine the most beautiful room with a gorgeous arch of flowers, and Gavin and Meg both look the best they've ever looked in their entire lives, standing there with the lady that's marrying them and everybody around them in this beautiful glowing environment. And then to the left is just a round folding table with a lady filling out long form paperwork very fucking seriously, like she's doing taxes the entire time without breaking or looking up, just crunching it out because it's got to be done. Like, I think they have to sync it up at the right time or something so that when they say I do, I am, she hits the stamp or something. It was weird.
Yeah, and I was just like verifying all the contact information. It was like I was buying a plane ticket. It was like everyone sat down and watched me like buy a house in front.
That's exactly, Gavin. It's exactly
it's
what
like
it looked
you were
like.
Closing on a house.
Yes, being in the audience was like watching you sign the final paperwork so you can move into your home. It is so... It's so weird. I can't like the wedding is interrupted by paperwork for an extended period of time.
Yeah, they literally like chat amongst themselves. But then I got so distracted and I couldn't read what I was writing because the Reigns of Castamere was so loud.
Oh, that's really funny.
Oh God, it was awesome.
And then we danced for a long time. English weddings are long. English weddings are
In
long.
a good way. In
Yeah.
a good way.
Oh, I had a great time. It was paced out really well, and I had like a lot of fun. It's just like, Jesus, dude. Like, that's an all-day affair.
I spent most of it talking to people, so I was only just like kind of passing through the dance floor. But there was one bit where you were you were just screaming at the top of your lungs at the painting that was on the wall.
Oh my God. There's a guy, there's like a painting of like what looks like Lyndon B. Johnson overlooking this dance floor. And like everything about it was like, if this guy was a ghost watching me right now, he would be so disappointed about what his estate became, because it was not made for what I was doing on the dance floor.
And then I was at the bar. I was just trying to get a drink, I think. And then you came like stumbling in, and all your hair was all crazy. And then you just went straight to the water, and you just started pouring the biggest glass of water. Like you just dehydrated on the dance floor.
I drank so much fucking sparkling water at that wedding because I would pour a whole glass and then drink it and go, wrong one. And then I would have a glass of still water right afterward. Happened 3 times at least.
Oh, it was fun. I had a great
Sounds
time.
like an amazing time.
It was a really, really, really great wedding. It was lovely. Meg had like 4 outfit changes. It was so awesome. Like, Meg was awesome through like the whole thing. It was beautiful. It was so much fun. It was a blast.
It was genuinely such a great experience all the way around. However, it started off a little, I was thinking about this morning, I was collecting my notes. It started off on a bit of a wrong foot for me, in the sense that everybody was kind of in town for a couple days before. And then the night before the wedding, Emily and I moved into a little temporary house with Gavin and Meg, sort of like a hangout spot the night before the wedding, where we spent time together. And I was sitting in the room trying to get comfortable, drinking a little bit of water. And Gavin walked in, and I thought, I want to impress him, because it was the first time I'd seen him. So I raised up on my chair to fart and shit my pants hard immediately. The second I saw Gavin, I tried to fart and just shit my pants.
No,
I don't think it even made a noise. You were just like, I just came in and you were like, shit myself.
And I had to just run to the bathroom. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Well, speaking of shit, this was like the only photo my wife took of her time in England. And it was of the toilet in our hotel room, and it was that.
The Game of Thrones toilet, we called it.
What the fuck kind of Tyrion Lannister assassination throne is that? What is ridiculous? Ridiculous.
Oh, that's great.
I like the idea of it being a wooden box over it. Like you could throw a Doritos logo on that thing. You could have different face plates.
Like a 360 face.
Yeah, like a 360 console.
You can do that with your regular you're talking
No,
about
it's
a
a porcelain.
toilet seat.
No.
Where would the faceplate go? On the
What
on the
are
white
you
bit?
talking about?
See how it's wood? How it's like there's a wooden box around it covering the porcelain. They're not showing the porcelain, so like it would be snap on, snap off to that.
That's like the feast plate.
Yeah, that would have like the Gears of War logo on it.
Yeah.
While we're showing fucking weird British pictures, Emily and I walked into a pub, because that's where everybody eats in England. And so we both fucking were stopped in our tracks. I'd never seen anything like this before. I'm going to show this to you guys. All of the ketchup was at the exact same level.
That's crazy. That's pretty crazy.
How does that happen? I'm sure there's a picture of 25 bottles of ketchup. It's like a P. Diddy party, but instead of baby oil, it's ketchup. And they all have like an eighth of a bottle left, but it's a uniform across the board. How does that happen?
I think I've only ever used ketchup in a restaurant or a pub at that level. I've never had a full one.
That must be a British thing, because we looked at it for like 5 minutes. It floored us.
Do you think there's someone there who's a real big fan of rotation? He's like trying to keep all the levels the same.
Oh, absolutely.
He's super
Yes.
into Yeah.
I think Nick really appreciates it. I think Nick sees it and he's like, this is good.
There's some symmetry there that is otherworldly. Also, we watched TV. We watched one game show at night before we went to bed one night, and I completely and totally understand Gavin in a new way.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah.
It was a British show about words. And you have to pick out the meaning of the words. These are the words in the British game show.
Twiffler.
Testicell, Twiffler, Twankle, Throttle Bottom, Tootsie Cum. What? I can't even see that.
Leaked my next Worms team.
Twaddle Basket.
What
Twaddle
the
Basket.
throttle bottom? What? What the hell?
I
That's
get you,
great.
Gav. I understand now. You're not weird. You just watch TV in England.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I thought being in England was really good. Did you ever talk about the custom drink that you guys had, Gavin?
No, we were going to do a bunch of custom cocktails based on cat puns from our cats' names, and then it was really expensive to add a custom cocktail because I guess they have to buy extra shit. So we just did one, and we called it the Long Island Iced Smee.
It was so good. I think I had two. They were fantastic. And then everyone who went up and got one spent so long telling the bartenders about the evil cat. And the bartenders did not care. They didn't, we just kept going, no, you're not listening. This cat's so mean, it's crazy. And they're like, okay, thank you. Here it is.
There's like
Here's your drink.
international war stories about this cat. Like people.
That cat tried to bite me the other day.
Yep. Evil cat.
He's hungry.
Oh, God. Oh, how's your office? Filled with cat piss still, or what's up?
Oh, yeah. I think being out of the house sort of reset my nostrils, and I came back in, and it was potent.
Based on how you previously talked about it, I felt like it was always potent, that it was never not potent.
Well, I did start to get used to it, I think.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
But I locked the door when I was gone, so he was unable to use it again.
But you just essentially bottled up the remaining piss
Yeah,
smell.
was locking the door crucial? Like, you had to lock it?
Yeah, we talked about this. He can open doors. He opens handles. That's why I put the fingerprint lock on the bedroom one. But didn't put one on my office.
This cat's evil. Is an evil cat. It's just an evil cat.
Watching him figure out sliding doors was really impressive. Like an external sliding door. He just wedges his nose in the gap and then wiggles his head and slowly pushes these giant heavy doors apart. It takes him like 5 minutes, but he can open them.
You're gonna see it trying to like scan its paw on
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's gonna learn how to like reset, and then like its paw will be the new fingerprint. I watched Geoff walk inside past the sliding glass doors, past the cat, and the cat didn't like that, so it took a bite at Geoff, but I don't know that there was actual intent. It was just like, why did you do that? Like, it was really weird. I don't think I've ever seen a cat bite at someone without trying to actually bite them. It was very strange.
Just give me a warning shot.
I just imagine trying to scan the paw, and then the next day just has a finger. It has found a finger somewhere in between.
We probably won't get to it, but we came up with a bunch of good question prompts and stuff at the wedding for different things for the website. What website? What? For the podcast? Fucking, where'd I get website from?
What's wrong
I don't
with
know.
you?
JeffSucks.com?
Regulatreon?
Do we want to talk about one of them? Do we want to talk about I kind of want to, because I've been curious
go for
about
it. Do you want to cue it up? Which one is it?
So we talked about a few different things, but one of the ones that we said was if the podcasts were to have, like, if one of us died,
Okay. Yeah.
which person dying would affect the podcast the least?
Me.
Okay, so and I said me.
I said me.
Thoughts?
I think we can all agree that
Hang on.
Nick is the most important person in the podcast.
It wouldn't exist.
Nick's number one.
Nick, you're safe. You get to live forever.
My reasoning was Nick's important to make it work. Andrew's a freak.
Well, calm down, glory hole boy. Relax.
You're a crazy person, and it's a hell of a lot of good content. Geoff's kind of the host, and Eric makes sure we all show up. I'm the least important member of the podcast.
Allow me to counter that. Nick's off the table. Andrew's absolutely the just bizarre heart of the podcast. Like he fuels it. He's the engine, right? Eric has to manage it. Gavin, you and I are largely redundant, except you are younger and more successful than me. So if somebody's got to go, it's me.
I will say I've
That's a real
seen
stretch.
I've seen Gavin try to host things, and it's not.
I wasn't built for it.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not a thing he naturally enjoys doing.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
that's
so
true.
we have answers from myself, Gavin, and Geoff. Nick and Andrew, what do you guys think?
I'm taking out Nick and just ending the whole thing. let's just sink the whole ship. Let's just get rid of Nick and just end the whole series.
What's crazy is that without Nick, we all still make it. Nothing changes for us, but no one hears it.
Craig is the only person that hears our podcast.
Craig gets a 20% ownership stake of the company. I don't know. I think that's the funniest answer. I'm Nick, I love you. I'm gonna kill you just because might as well go nuclear. If one of us is gonna die,
Yeah.
That is a fucking amazing answer.
you are the most immune.
That was one of
God.
my favorite things about the original face, though, is that when I was still doing a lot of the other stuff at Rooster Teeth, I was like, oh, I like face because I'm the least important part of it. It felt nice.
Little did you know you weren't the least important part of it.
Sorry, man.
It was Nick.
There's something really funny about being in a room. Like, imagine a room with a gun that has one bullet, and we have to kill somebody, and everybody agrees this one guy can't be killed, and then somebody just shooting that person in the face is really funny.
And are you following that up with an immunity bullet?
Yeah.
Wait, shoot it straight in the sky,
Pre-loaded.
you know? That way you're
I declare immunity.
I fire the immunity bullet into the sky, then realize the gun has no other ammo because I have misunderstood the purpose of my crime.
Oh man, it's so good.
Oh, that's even more embarrassing.
I thought maybe that was the way that question was going to go, where it was going to be everyone going me, and then one person going Nick, and then
End the whole series.
yeah, what the hell? Oh man.
Oh my God.
I mean, I did say Andrew was the freak, but it was Eric that a few weeks ago suggested catching a swordfish backwards in your ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, then you can sword fight.
Everyone's been on a run.
I love
Yeah.
the fucking the community on Reddit was like, technically it'd be too big.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you're right, guys.
Yeah. Technically, I think you're correct.
It's so
Probably
good.
won't actually try to do it now.
Just not understanding what we're doing, but thinking that we're hypothesizing if this thing. What do you think may chance would happen if such a thing were to occur?
I'm imagining John Locke with a fish halfway in his anus, just yelling, "Don't tell me what I can't do."
Oh, Christ.
You're saying this isn't possible? Look at me! It's just a man with a swordfish in his ass.
Has anyone's ever fired a gun with their anus?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, with their anus is
yeah.
tough. But like with your anus is tough. I just don't know how you do it. Do you shove a string up there and then like hope that your clinch can like pull a trigger? You know what I mean? Like tie it. I don't know. That's tough.
If it's
Yeah.
like a hair trigger, maybe if you could like clench your butt cheeks real hard, it could trigger it, you know?
You just have to clench the whole gun, though. I don't know how you would localize the trigger.
I guess you just have to try to shake hard enough. We should read up and see if it's ever been done. I bet a lot of people have fired a gun with their wiener.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Let me drop this image in the chat. My brain
Oh,
immediately went to imagine no, not a literal person using their dick to fire a weapon.
I was
I'm not
worried.
posting a dick in the chat. I'm posting Tom Savini's weapon and From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh.
The idea of like somebody spreading their cheeks and that little barrel comes out of the asshole.
Tom Savini's dead now, huh? He's been dead for a little bit.
I don't think so. I think Tom Savini's very much alive.
Well, I hope I didn't just... Let me see.
Let me look up.
I mean, he's definitely alive. He's
thank
77.
God. Thank God Tom Savini's still around. Oh my God, he's 1 year older than Alice Cooper.
Oh
He
man.
said he's been dead for a little bit.
I remember reading that he died, but I guess he didn't.
No, I get it. I have those.
Yeah. You just get something wrong.
Well, I don't remember there's an actor that I constantly think is dead. And I've been corrected like 4 different times. I don't remember who they are right now. So I'm sure I currently think they're dead. And I'll be corrected again in the future.
It's like another version of Guess Who Might Be Dead.
Hey, we should also mention, I don't know if we want to get into the results or save it for the video, but we did, before we went out of town, film some supplemental content, including making potatoast. Because last episode 21, we discussed the mash, hash, cash, bash. What was it called?
The mash, hash, cash, bash. Open-faced, mash, hash, cash.
Okay, so you remember
So he
your
doesn't
own
know
thing about
either.
as well as
No,
we did.
it is. It's the open-faced, mash, hash, cash. You're right.
Anyway, so we did actually get into the lab and create potatoast and film the video. I'm very excited to come out.
I'm very excited to see it.
What it really did is just remind me that we've really got to get out the previous batch of supplemental.
There's so much
Yeah.
video supplemental to come out, audio supplemental. We've got a lot.
Yeah, I'll get working on all that. Man, I'm behind on stuff. Jeez.
Yeah, it's like you've been in the middle of stuff and had other things on your mind for like the last few months, man.
There's been so much where I'm like, do it after the wedding. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
that's now. I've got to do all this stuff now.
So,
you know what I was thinking? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Andrew. Go ahead.
No, it's just to tie on to that very quickly. Just a quick note. And I don't blame you at all, Gavin. But it was very funny where, it's been obvious. Like, we've known that you're going to be gone for a while. And so I wanted to make sure that we had some Halloween content ready to go just to make sure it's in the can. And so we recorded a bunch of 3 different Halloween-based Let's Plays that I figured could be edited while everybody's away, and then we could start releasing them as soon as October starts. And I got a note while Gavin was at his wedding overseas that Gavin had not uploaded his footage or audio for any of the 3. Complete miss. All
It's like I was
3.
like, we gotta get ahead on all this stuff. Gotta get it all done before I leave town. And then I
Yeah.
just basically had the exact same effect as if I never showed up.
Exactly. But no, actually worse because you were
Worse,
part of
yeah.
all of it. So we couldn't, it was just pending, which was so funny.
Yeah, if you'd never showed
that
up, we
is
could have
worse than me
pivoted
not being
and,
there.
and still figured out something that could have been releasable. Yeah.
Oh, it was so
You
good.
sent me that Slack. I was like, ooh.
All of them. All 3 of them.
I can't do anything about that for a while.
It's real funny.
Hopefully now that all that this is done, I can get out of my dumb era because it's pretty detrimental to my productivity. Is this a screenshot?
Oh, it's Nick being like, yeah, you have been on a run of not uploading.
That one's even worse.
Fuck.
That one is I didn't record it.
Oh, the horror movie auction?
I don't have anything for that one.
That's funny.
I either deleted it or I'd never pressed record. It's so hard being this dumb.
So when you do the sync, why do you think it is that we sync?
It was.
Yep.
You said that recently, and it's so fucking funny. We did a Let's Play in a game where it was very clear what platform we were playing on, and Gavin bought it on a different platform anyway, and just realizing what he had done, just the exasperated. It is so every day I wake up like this, and it's not great.
The human body needs rest and sleep.
It's been a rough year for everybody, and you have had a lot on your plate getting ready for. I remember what it was like the months leading up to my wedding, and I wasn't needing to keep it secret and stuff too. It's a lot to weigh on you. Now that you're past that, buddy, you're gonna get smart again. You will.
We'll see.
I hope so.
Did you upload that stuff yet? those Let's Play. Thanks.
Probably need a link.
If you can get on that when we're done, that'd be great.
We'd like him to come out for next October.
Plot the old links in. I'll get those up.
Okay.
ASAP.
Yeah, on it.
That's if I've
Recorded
it. Like the reason I'm asking Nick for did we do it before or after is that I had the Halloween candy and the video after it.
Yeah.
So when he said after, I was like, oh
Oh no.
You want to check right now?
What am I looking for?
Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead
Okay.
2.
Audacity.
Two videos, right?
2 videos, 2 audio.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead Part 1 and Part 2. Oh,
There
why
you
is
go.
Part 1? Why is Part 1 after Part 2?
Oh no.
That's probably fine. What was the other one?
Outlast Trials.
I'm
Got all
sorry.
that?
That's
Look at that.
probably fine, is what you're going with. Yeah, that's good enough, maybe.
For now.
He's got both.
I got both and they're different sizes. Did I save one before the other? How would I have done that?
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah.
Introducing our new supplemental series, How Would I Have Done That? Starring Gavin.
We try to reverse engineer our stupidity.
Reverse engineered stupidity is a great title for an episode.
Oh yeah.
We recorded a supplemental, Gavin, while you were away that you were going to be part of, but you didn't. Well, you were busy. I sent you a thing to submit for it. I'm so excited to see you take part in that because I feel like you are going to really struggle. It is a game of deception where you're trying to figure out who is both you as a player and you as an evaluator. I think is going to be so fucking funny. It's we did it with Nick, and then Eric and Geoff were the deceiver role people. And how it works is I will say an opinion that is like I'll ask a question like, what is a movie you hate? And one of them was Napoleon Dynamite. And then so I'll state that, and then Nick has to listen to Eric and Geoff try to convince him that that is what they submitted, or it could be something that you or I submitted. It's either an opinion they have or neither of them have it, and they're trying to convince them of it.
Oh.
And if you,
I'm screwed.
oh, it's gonna be so
Dude.
good. I can't wait.
There was one flip, and if this is too much information, feel free to cut it out or bleep it. But there was one flip in it, and we'll use Napoleon Dynamite as an example, but this isn't the example in the episode, where Andrew goes, okay, favorite movie, Napoleon Dynamite. Eric and Geoff go, and we had to both tell Nick why it was our favorite movie, right? And why we wrote that down. And then as soon as we get done and he makes his choice, Andrew goes, okay, least favorite movie, Napoleon Dynamite, go.
2 separate people submitted the same title for favorite and least favorite, and it was perfect.
Oh
That's
my
real good.
God, dude. It was something.
When does that come out?
I've no idea. We've got
Nick,
so much.
Nick is saying it's out by the time this episode's
This
out.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Or this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is out. Yeah, we did a poll and it won. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see Gavin do it.
Same.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of fun and things that we've done recently, we had this whole discussion 2 episodes ago now about the mythical $50,000 bonus that doesn't exist, that won't ever exist, and how to get
Oh,
it.
the hot dog. Yeah.
Yeah. And that got me thinking, we should just film that, right? Like, we should all make hot dog gloves and try to play catch together and see how, and put fully dressed hot dogs and see how messy we get, and just try to have a game of catch with a bunch of hot dog gloves and baseballs. Like, why wouldn't we do that?
How do you make the hot dog glove?
You make a hot dog, and then you take a hot dog bun, you put a hot dog in it, you put whatever you would put. I like onions and some ketchup and mustard and probably some relish on it, and I put that in my hand, and then Eric throws a baseball at my face, and I try to catch it with that hand.
You're hearing hot dog glove as if it is a thing that we must create that is a glove
Like
in
a-
some way,
like a
shape,
hot
or
dog
form.
mitt.
Physical. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and if you think back a couple episodes, it just was catch ball with hot dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Catch
Yeah.
a ball with.
I just assume, like, with the hot dog in your hand, but it essentially becomes a glove, right?
Sure. Totally. I was just trying to imagine like how like are you slicing the hot dog and like how are you bridging to make a glove? I was not thinking like singular dog.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to confuse you with the glove word, with the G word. I just want to play a game of catch with a just fucking shitty covered in hot dog juice and fucking mustard and ketchup baseball.
So should we all stand in front of the pitching machine and see how we get on with our crafted hot dogs?
Yes.
That's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
We'll have one attempt and then it'll be just mush.
Do you think you could bind a hot dog to a bun with just cheese? Or would it be too heavy?
You could try.
I'm trying to think of like if you wanted to do like a real glove. If you put a hot dog bun on each finger, like Freddy Krueger, and then opened them up, but then you need a dog. So I was trying to think of what you could bind a hot dog to a bun to. Cheese is, I think, the best option.
I mean,
all
you
the
could
like
also
hot
just
dog things.
sew it all together if you wanted to get like real about it.
Well, then it's not edible though.
Then I feel like that's
Unless
Yeah.
you sew it with cheese
Still,
string.
still got to be edible. Oh, that was interesting.
cheese string. Like a cheddar Rambo, just like tying together.
You sew it together with nerds ropes.
Oh, I love me a
Twizzlers.
cheddar stitch.
Anyway, I thought that'd be something disgusting we could do.
Can you imagine cheese stitches?
Sounds good.
Oh, a
It
character
kinda
getting
does.
like shot in a movie using a cheese string to try to patch it up.
If there was just a hot dog like the Frankfurter, but it was stitched up and down with cheese, I think that would be really good.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, they do ones with cheese in the middle. Not stitched, but just like they got cheese on the inside.
You said buns that have cheese on the inside?
No. He said dogs. He's talking about
Oh, dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that's my preferred dog actually. Cheese-filled dog. Hell yeah.
Would you have more than one of those, Gavin?
I think so. Look, the $1 hot dog wasn't for me. I've got to go more premium.
I had a hot dog in England that was very mediocre, by the way.
I have a question about hot dogs that I'd like all of your opinions on. I have a weird situation that I had never thought about with the hot dog count. I had a hot dog. I ate about 85% of it, and then it tasted weird from the first bite, but I kept going, and it made me sick. And I didn't know, does that count as a hot? Can I put that on the count or not?
I think so. We talked about this, right?
Yeah, we had a conversation at baseball or at like Dollar Hot Dog Night where I think my wife was getting into it with Gavin about like
I see.
how much of the hot dog counts as one one eaten hot dog. And Gavin went 51%. And she went, how could you tell what 51% of a hot, like what are you talking about?
Then I wanted her to cut a hot dog into 51 and 49% halves. And I would guess.
And
I think
said,
she hates talking to me.
I think she and I are very similar where it's just the immediacy of what the fuck are you talking about? I think there's just a very low tolerance for it. I also said it's against the spirit of the competition to go like 51%'s a hot dog. So I think if you got to like, 80, 85% and it made you sick,
Yeah.
like you made an
3/4 of
effort
it.
to eat this dog. That's
100%. Okay,
Yeah.
well then I'll update my count.
I feel like the number we all kind of settled on, and I might be remembering this wrong because I am in my dumb era too, and I have remembered a lot of stuff wrong in the last couple months, embarrassingly so. But I feel like we came to around the like 75% range was what we felt like. If you can you put down like 3/4 of a hot dog, that should count.
But I think it only counts for the final dog. Like you can't just eat
Yes.
a bunch of
I
75.
was
yeah,
about
yeah,
to
yeah,
say,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
about
yeah,
to say
yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing because what was going to happen if we didn't say that right now? It was just going to be people posting going like, then I ate all the, look at this, I ate these dogs and then here's a bunch of 25%. And it's like, no, it has to be like your last one. You can't just keep eating 3/4 dogs. Like there's a spirit to this whole thing, guys. Like it's not
Also,
that
it's
hard
not
to
a race.
understand.
It's not a
Yeah,
race.
Not a
it's not a competition.
Not a competition.
Not
No.
a competition.
Kicking your fucking asses though. I'm at 18.
Wait.
18 hot dogs, baby, including one very mediocre British hot dog.
Wait, Andrew, so were you waiting for a ruling on this?
Yep.
Because you just added to your hot dog count.
Yeah, I've been
Right
waiting.
now. On
Yeah.
Slack, your number just went up.
Yep. I've just been waiting. I didn't want to submit it until I got an approval from everybody else.
Nice. And it was, you said it wasn't good and it made you throw up.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, it was bad.
You actually hurled or you just felt a bit funny?
No, I like it. It messed up my stomach. It was not great. It was one of those things where you take one bite and it's like this something ain't right about this. I don't know what went wrong with this, but this is not good. And I kept trucking through.
Was it one that you made or you bought?
Bought.
Okay.
It's a bot dog.
Is your dog Toaster in rotation now that the dog contest is happening?
No, it's not. It hasn't left the closet.
That's insane.
I don't know where
Is
it
it-
is.
The fact that you've got one of those and you're not using it in the dog era is pretty nuts.
Did
to me.
you just say it hasn't let the? Did you just say it hasn't left the closet and then immediately follow up with I don't know where it is?
Well, it's somewhere. There's a lot of stuff in the closet that I have, so it's somewhere in there.
Can you imagine that as a supplemental?
You got a whole
Andrew's
bag.
closet?
You've
Yeah.
got a giant bag of sauce, McDonald's BTS sauce in there. Probably like 40 pounds of pancake mix. 50-inch TV from 2009. That's yeah.
A bag of fire extinguisher goo.
Yeah. Oh no, I think I got rid of that. I think that's gone. Pretty
That
sure
was
that's
too much to keep.
I hope that's gone. I'm just looking in there. I got a giant Hulk thing. It's a lot. I don't use it. It's filled.
Have you guys seen the movie Monkey Man?
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, I didn't. I kind of wanted to see it because it looked good, but I thought the name was kind of silly. But I watched it on the plane. Just highly recommend it. That's all. Very fucking good. It's about 75% shooting and punching.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty action paced all the way through. That guy Dev Patel's awesome. So
I think he got pretty messed up making it, didn't he? He got hurt.
I mean, he got stabbed a lot in the movie. I'll say that. It's a violent film. Great for a plane ride.
Yeah, I watched Bad Boys 2, then Bad Boys 1, then Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Is that your preferred order?
Yeah, I think not watching Bad Boys for life, like there was like that third one that I forgot that they made or whatever. Like not watching that one, I think did me okay.
Insane that they took that name
Yep.
on a movie that wasn't the fourth one.
Yep.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so
Yeah.
Eric, you saw the most recent Bad Boys?
I did, yeah.
Dude, Reggie.
Dude, Reggie is like
Reggie.
He's the
that
whole
might
movie.
be. Here's the thing. I think we might need to draft greatest ancillary characters of all time, and Reggie might be number one.
That's
with
what
a
I said.
bullet.
He has
Dude.
3 films, 2, 3, and 4 of Bad Boys, and it is maybe the greatest cinematic arc in film history.
Absolutely. It's so cool.
I also watched that movie on the plane, and
Oh,
I
you-
felt bad for talking
Yes.
shit about it, having not seen it, because I quite enjoyed it for the
I
most
really
part.
liked it.
And Reggie was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it ended on Reggie. Like
It
that was
ended on Reggie,
awesome.
baby. That's the next
Whoa,
Bad Boys
spoilers.
5 life, and it's fucking Reggie, baby.
What is a spoiler? What's the spoiler there? It just ended on on the character. I didn't say what he was doing.
wait. You said how was it a spoiler, and then described how the film ended?
It ended on Reggie. What is that? What's the spoiler there? Would it be a
Well, he
spoiler if I said
definitely lives.
it ended? Oh, okay. Does anybody really think Reggie's gonna fucking die in the film?
It could have happened.
No way. It ended on Will Smith. Oh no, he didn't die. Nobody thought he was gonna die.
Didn't he almost die in the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he did. That was the whole point of 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with Martin Lawrence. I think whatever they filmed was like the last stuff at like the end of the movie. I think there's something wrong with him.
You can see a difference. You can tell when they did
Yes.
reshoots.
Yeah.
I'll say
He
that.
he looked real tired.
Yeah.
I think it's his best Bad Boys. I think what they do with the Martin Lawrence character in that film, I really enjoyed.
It's fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We do need to start wrapping this episode up though. We do. We got to get to like the end here.
I wanna
I'm
watch
sorry.
that Bad Boys movie now.
You
Yeah.
should.
Does anyone want to watch it with me?
I'll
No.
watch Bad Boys with
Okay.
you, dude.
Let's do it.
Yeah, can't be this weekend. I have to go to another wedding on a different coast. But
Hey, Eric, you
Yeah.
lost. How's your mouth?
lost a temporary crown. Coming back from London, got here, got a permanent crown on. Lost the permanent crown, went back, got another permanent crown on, baby. And that was right before this podcast started.
So did they just put the one they made back on?
Oh,
and just glued it better?
yeah. They just cleaned the area, and the dentist went, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I don't know why this didn't take, and then started cleaning the area and everything, and then went, oh, I think it's because you have very strong saliva glands in your mouth. So and I just went, what? And he's like, no, it's good. You want that? And I said, okay.
What are you, like a H.R. Giger alien?
Yeah, I've got I've got a Giger alien mouth, kinda. So there you go.
You got one of those Jurassic Park spinner mouths that
Yeah.
Newman.
Yeah, I'm constantly spitting at Wayne Knight. So yeah, absolutely.
Do you have good distance on your spits?
They're okay sometimes. It depends on what I'm doing. I tried to learn at a young age how to do like a baseball spit, like like when they have like a big
Like tight.
yeah, like a pfft, like that, like
Yeah.
kind of goes, like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But you got to be like really salivated up, and I get there.
I went head to head against Geoff once and I lost.
That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, no,
I
that
had,
reads-
and that was I spit beyond my means that day. I would never be able to do that again. It was just
One in a million.
It was a 1 in a million day. It was just one of those days where you wake up and for like 3 minutes you're Mickey Mantle, and then it goes away.
I just can't keep my gobs together. It always just goes in a spray and I lose velocity.
tragic.
Man, that's worse than I thought.
Jesus Christ. That is like really.
I thought it was a mild bummer, but
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight, man.
Oh Christ!
All right. End this thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That was episode 22. Is that what episode this was?
Yeah, that was
Yep.
22. Yeah.
Of the Regulation Podcast. I sure hope you liked it. If you come back next week, I promise you, on the same day, we'll put out episode 23, and it'll be somewhere within 30% as good or bad. You'll just have to tune in to find out. Also, tell everybody on Earth about this podcast. If you've already told them about it, remind them about it because they're not listening. I don't know what they're fucking doing, but they're not listening. And yeah, give us. Do we still do the stars like we used to do back when we were face? Give us all the stars.
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
see you next
give us
time.
a rating. That helps. And then go to patreon.com/theregulationpod.
I told a guy in the airport, he said he would check it out.
Hey, boots on the ground, Gavin. Thank you.
We should do like the end of the Howard Stern show. He's like, Fred, check out Fred Norris, King Norris playing Wednesdays at the Knitting Room. Buy Celestial Glorbosis on Amazon. Or don't. I don't know.
All right, was I recording that one?
Oh my God, come on.
Oh Jesus!
All
Don't
in
cut.
the old can there.
Wait, do we tail sync? I don't remember.
Yes.
We definitely
Okay.
should, yeah.
Yeah, we'll stop and then we restart and then we tail sync.
Nope.